I want to start off by saying I promise I wear more than this. This is just my getting ready hoodie. I like wearing this hoodie like on a regular basis, but typically I just throw this on to get ready in. I don't want you guys to think that this is the only article of clothing that I wear, because I promise I get dressed after I do these videos. That being said, let's do this! So I get a lot of people wondering how the hell you put on ShadowSense. It's a different kind of process, I guess you can say, because it's not a powder, and I don't know, I've never used liquid eyeliner or eyeliner. I've never used liquid shadow until I started with SeneGence. Before that, I just wore just the powder, like I'd get the palettes and then I'd just use the powder from those. So learning how to use a creamy, guys, there is something on my face tickling me. Got it. I used to get the palettes, and now I'm using these SeneGence ShadowSense, and it's creamy, and they come in these little containers like this, and there's a wand inside, and they're creamy, and they can be kind of hard to get used to. So I thought that I would show you how I apply ShadowSense to hopefully make it easier for everybody else who is kind of struggling with using these. So far on my face, all I have on is our color correcting tinted moisturizer. Winter time, so I've been using light, and that's all I have on my face right now. Just as of right now, that's all I got. So I used to do my foundation and then do my eyeshadow, but recently I do Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer first, and then I do the color correcting tinted moisturizer, and then I do my shadow, and here's why. So I like to be able to kind of clean up my edges if I need to. So if I happen to go underneath my eyes or way too far out, or it's just like not even on the sides, I would rather be able to go back through with my concealer and my foundation to kind of fix that up. Also, I noticed that there's a huge difference if I have something on my lids first before I apply this. So whether it's our daytime moisturizer, whether it's the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer, which a lot of people use that as a primer. I use it as a primer for my foundation and my makeup, or whether it's our color correcting tinted moisturizer, or all three. That's how I start off my day. I use our daytime moisturizer, and then I use the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. I also put on our eye cream, which is really nice just because my eyes, I don't drink enough water, so my eyes tend to dry out a lot, and I just like to have a really good solid base to work with the shadow. So whatever you're putting on, whether it's our eye cream, you know, or any of the other stuff that I named, make sure that you have something on your eyes so that it goes on smooth. Now, brushes. These I have found go on easier with a brush rather than using your finger. You can use your finger. If you find it easier to blend in your shadow with your finger, that's totally fine. These are so workable and easy. Just don't overthink it. And don't overthink the makeup brush thing, because when I first started, the only makeup brushes that I had, I'm trying to find them really quick. These were the only brushes that I had. These are Eco Tools. I got them at Walmart, and they have two sides to them. These are the only brushes that I had, and they worked great. They worked really well for me. I got this one that is a define and shade, and I would use the shade side to do all over my lid, and then I would use the blend side to blend into my crease and blend in the outer corner. I literally within the last like 2 weeks just got more makeup brushes. So I'll tell you which ones I'm using, which ones I have found helpful so far. I am not a makeup brush expert by any means. I'm still trying to figure it all out. I am using what I can afford, and I don't expect anybody to go out and drop a whole bunch of money on makeup brushes unless you are able to, which in that case, I envy the hell out of you, because I want to go drop like way too much money on Sigma's website. So what I start out with is my large eyeshadow brush from Ulta Beauty. So if you're looking for inexpensive options, the Ulta Beauty ones are a good choice. However, I had a really bad experience at Ulta recently, and I will not be going back there to buy anything from them anymore. That's a whole nother story. I've got my brushes, so I'm using them. And yeah, Katie Enos, if you want to find her on here, has some really good makeup brush suggestions. So today I'm going to just do What am I gonna do? I usually always start with Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. I love this stuff. It's got a really subtle shimmer. People use this as a highlight. I think it just really brightens up the eyes. If you don't want a shimmer, you can use Candlelight as your base, or you can just use Sandstone Pearl, not in the shimmer. You always want to have, typically, I shouldn't say you always want to have, typically it's good to have 3 colors. So you want one that's gonna go all over your eyelid, you want one that's gonna go into your crease, and then you want one that's gonna go in the outer corner of your eye to kind of blend it in. So I use Candlelight ShadowSense as my concealer. And because my eyes are really red, even after the color correcting tinted moisturizer, I still have some red in my lids that I wanna get rid of. So I usually will always put Candlelight down first, just as kind of a concealer on my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that first, and I just do this with my finger. And a little bit goes a really long way. So you can see the difference in my lids. Zoom you guys in. And it just really brightened up my eye right there. I'm gonna keep you guys zoomed in so that you can see. Getting all up close and personal. Bam. That's Candlelight. So depending on the color of your skin tone, so whether you're warm or cool skin tone is going to, what is the word that I'm looking for? Candlelight is good for people who have a pink undertone, and Sandstone Pearl is good for people who have a yellow undertone for concealer with ShadowSense. So if you need help color matching, if you're not a distributor, I'm more than happy to help color match you to find your correct ShadowSense shade for concealer, because this stuff is amazing. Jumping right into it, back into this because I had squirrel brain for a minute. I'm gonna use my large eyeshadow brush from Ulta. Had to brighten you guys up just a little bit. I zoomed in and it wasn't bright anymore. And then I'm gonna take my Sandstone Pearl Shimmer and I'm gonna put this all over my lid. And I just take this out of the tube, and there's gonna be a lot on the wand when you pull it out. So I just scrape just a little bit off of it, and then I apply this straight onto my lid, and then I take my brush and just blend it all over my lid. All the way up to my brow. And I like to put some just in the corner of my eye because it brightens up the inner corner so much, and I love it. And that is Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Let me see if I can zoom in. Awkward, we're really close. And I actually think that I'll keep it there so that you guys can see just a little bit better. So it just gives it a really nice shimmer, and I love it. So now I'm gonna go in with Copper Rose Shimmer because that is one of my favorites lately. Just a super pretty shimmery coppery color. And then I'm gonna take this is a Morphe M441 brush. I need to clean this brush pretty bad. I was really wanting the Sigma, I was really wanting the Sigma E35 brush, but Ulta doesn't carry Sigma, so I had to go with this Morphe M441 brush because they were saying it's comparable. I'm not convinced that it's the best of the best yet, but it does the job, it blends it into my crease, but this is what I use for my crease brush. And what I do is I pull out the wand and I actually just take product directly from the wand onto my brush. And then I'm gonna blend this right into my crease. I take mine a little bit higher than my crease because I have hooded eyes. So I try to go just a little bit higher, like right up to my bone right here, just because I want to make my eyes appear just a little bit bigger and open. If you want a little bit of a darker look, you can continue to go back in. When you're applying this, just think of it like a windshield wiper. I always feel like a windshield wiper when I'm putting this on. Perfect. And today for my outer corner, I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with Garnet today. Garnet is one of the colors that I use to mix for my brows. I actually mix this with our Smoke Topaz, usually for my brows to kind of give it more of an ashy look. Brows are another story. So I'm gonna go back in with Garnet on the outer corners of my eyes, and the key is to really blend everything together as good as you can. I see a lot of people that just have like these super big chunky like spots on their eyes. You just wanna make sure that you're blending everything really nicely, and at the end we're gonna go back in and blend everything together. So for this, for the outer corners of my eyes, I'm gonna take my Eco Tools blending brush, this little guy. And again, I'm gonna take product right from this, and Garnet is dark, so I do just little bits at a time. So take just little bits and then work your way up as you go. I'm just gonna tap this on here and just get a little bit. Then I'm gonna pat it in the corners of my eyes. This one you don't wanna blend so much yet because you want most of your pigment to be on the outer corners of your eyes and then blend it in. And the purpose of patting it is so that most of the pigment stays in just one spot, and then just work on blending it inwards, as opposed to blending it all in, if that makes any sense. So see what I was talking about earlier? I have just like this little bit right here where I just don't want color. So when I go back in with my foundation and concealer, I'm gonna make sure that I really clean up that edge with my foundation and concealer. That way it's nice and sharp on both sides. Oh, wrong side. And I'm really trying to make sure that these are even. My lighting is a little bit messed up right here. Also, don't judge my eyebrows because I'm trying to grow them out and the struggle is so real. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used to put on the Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. I'm going back in with this Ulta large eyeshadow brush, and then I'm just gonna go through and blend everything really nicely out and together. Key is blending. And that's it. When I go back in and I do my eyebrows, I'll just take a little tiny bit more of that Sandstone Pearl Shimmer and I'll just put it right along the bottom of my brow line to give it just a little bit of highlight, and then it kind of just evens out this little bit of darkness that's up here up top and just kind of blend it down in. I'll do brows another day, but for now, this is what my eyes look like. Again, they're gonna look different once my foundation and everything is on because then these lines will be cleaned up. But if you have been struggling with how to apply your ShadowSense, there you have it. I always suggest getting 3 colors to all kind of blend together. If you're in my VIP group on Facebook, which I'll link below, I have an album full of ShadowSense trios for inspiration, and if you look on Pinterest you can actually search, what are the best shadow colors for hazel eyes or for blue eyes, and it'll tell you what colors are going to work for your specific eye color. And then that album in my group is actually great for just inspiration, or you know, if you're looking for a date night type look or anything like that. Or if you need any help, just send me a message or leave a comment and I'm happy to help you find the right colors for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup because I'm looking a little bit silly right now because all I have done is my eyes. Kind of. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to leave some comments below and show some love. Follow me on all the shit that I'm about to post below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!